What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Brothers, I want to have a conversation about breakups. And I know that, my content is very related to the red pill, the manosphere. And usually you hear stuff like, you'll get over it. It's plenty of fish in the sea, which is actually true. But man, is it easier said than done. You spent time with this person, you met this person's family, you got feelings involved, you got good times, and it makes it hard to walk away from all of that. It does. But you gotta believe in yourself that you can do better. And then as time goes on, you can really look at that person for who they were. And then as time gets apart, you can see, this person wasn't that smart. This person didn't have that much to offer. Something is wrong with me for even dealing with that person. Like, man, no wonder why it didn't work out. That person was just not supposed to be there. Instead of going on the route of blaming her for cheating on you, blaming her for doing this and that, the reality is you had somebody that had a ceiling. And if you're a successful man, ladies who have a ceiling, they can't grow with you, can't be there with you, unfortunately. I don't care how much you like her, how much you like her in bed, all right? There's a limit to what she can do, and she's probably most likely gonna have to go. It will be the same way if it was women with you. If you have a ceiling and they can do better than your ass, guess where you're going? You're going away. This was Kayla NIcole. Travis Kelce isn't like a lot of guys who have money, where they're just glad to be around a chick that is beautiful. That's most athletes, white or black, happens. YouTubers, we've seen it here, guys in the industry, they're happy to have worked that far just to get with a chick that will give them just access to her. Not Travis Kelce, but he tried it with Kayla NIcole. With her 5 years off and on, she wasn't developing. She's not supposed to be at his level. He replaced her. Now, I want you to listen to her mentality. She had a podcast about 2 months ago. She has a new guy that she was dating. He asked her to help her out doing something. This is where her mentality is. Play that clip.
But the way that you just said, I have a random question, but the way that you were just like, play a wife without a ring. Mm-hmm. Like, are there anything like in all of your past relationships, you said that you love to do that, so I'm sure it's happened before, but do you have like opinions on that now? Like, I'll never do this in my next relationship. Yeah. I'll never give this much of myself if I'm not gonna have a ring on my finger, be committed fully to somebody. Like, because a lot of times women do get in these relationships, especially with high profile people. You feel like you have to be this super woman and do all of these things without a ring. It's like, sometimes I feel like women have like this mindset of, I have to earn the ring. Like, you get what I mean? And I definitely know, like, from having dated people who play football myself, like that kind of, I've talked about the hierarchy of things with that, like the baby mamas, the girlfriends, the fiancés, the wives, like it's like this whole thing. So like, do you feel like now going into relationships, you would manage everything differently?
Yeah, I think naturally as women, we're like groomed to think that we're nurturers. Like that's our innate desires to like take care of a man and to take care of a household, which is true. But I think we need to do a better job, just like a society or as women, like to teach other women, like that's not your responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Like your number one responsibility, take care of you.
Right.
Like your number one responsibility is to have your dreams in order, to have some ambition and some drive and some focus for that. And then if things align, okay, start building that house with a person that showed that they are deserving of that time and effort. I'm not gonna ever say like, never say never. Like I'll never be the girlfriend that helps with the wifey, activities or whatever. But even like recently, for example, I was talking to a guy who I'm no longer talking to now.
Look,
because it's a tight ship.
So what are
over
some
here.
non-negotiables though?
It's
After
a tight
you,
ship. Let me tell you one. So this is what he moved into a new apartment. God, I hope he sees this. He's gonna be like, Kayla, what the hell?
lock in.
He moved into a new apartment and was like, help me. Like, will you help me furnish it? And it was an immediate hard no. Like, I don't do that anymore. I've done that before and I don't do that anymore. Like, bless you. Love your new space. I hope it turns out great, but I will not be picking out couches and flatware.
I can Google
sheets.
you a number to somebody who can help you with that.
An interior decorator.
heavenly.
Literally.
Like, unless you want to put me on payroll, I'm not doing nothing for free.
Yeah, I mean, even now, like, I'm in a relationship and, like, I've had to, like, tell myself certain times, like, don't do certain things, don't go too far. Like, I'm going to do everything a girlfriend should be doing, and it ain't that much.
It's sad, though, to have to limit
Like,
yourself, though. It kind of sucks to
but
put yourself on that restraint, like, in a relationship. I don't know. When
does.
do you feel like it's time to actually step up and do those certain type of things in the relationship? When he shows that?
Yeah, because I don't think that you can put a timestamp on it. I don't think that there's like year 2 is when it's appropriate. I think you have to really feel it out. I think that like if you and your partner are aligned, you guys have similar goals and aspirations for your relationship.
Yeah.
3 weeks in, you feel like, oh, this is my person, and he wants me to help him move into his space, then do that. In this particular situation, I didn't feel that way.
Now that's her. Someone who doesn't have probably not very much money, not a huge career outlook. This is somebody that's not successful. I mean, she is a IG model or something like that. Very beautiful lady, but you would think for somebody talking like that, she would be much more successful than she is. She's not. Travis Kelce goes out and gets Taylor Swift, who is, as it appears, madly in love with the guy. Will do anything for the guy. Would never give him that same response that we see Kayla giving somebody. All right? Let us continue, though, because it's going to be important. So now at the same time, Travis Kelce has just become the celebrity spinoff to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? It will debut on Amazon Prime Video. Let me tell you something. Travis Kelce is a 2-time Super Bowl winning tight end, or 3-time, rather. Two of those times came against my 49ers. Been to Super Bowl 4 times. Kayla NIcole could not help his career do anything. The best decision he made for himself was getting with Taylor Swift. It has taken him to another level. He's gotten further in 1 year with Taylor Swift than he did in all 5 with Kayla NIcole. Somebody who has the unmitigated gall to tell some man that has money that no, I'm not gonna help you pick out furniture, you can pay me for it. And you can see exactly why she's 32 and nobody is talking about Kayla NIcole unless she goes to these little podcasts with these other single ladies, because nobody's gonna put up with that. He's still flourishing. What about her? Because the attitude is wrong. We should have known that for how she came at Cam Newton about ladies wanting to be submissive. Taylor Swift has all the money in the world, I'm pretty sure. And what I've been told, she's not easy to deal with. But I guarantee you she would make time to come and help Travis Kelce pick out some furniture if he needed her to. Absolutely. All right? That's the situation here. And so we're going to continue to focus in on that. And as men, as black men, don't you know that this is where you also deserve? Like, if you look at so many of your exes, look at how many of those ladies that go in and out of your life. Where are they? If you can think about it. The ones that were saying what they were not going to do, what they were not going to take. I mean, how many of them ended up with a rich guy? How many of them ended up being successful in life? Probably not even many. All right? You're looking back at it now like, yo, I'm so glad I did not deal with that. Thank God. Yes, that's true. You should be thanking God you're not putting up with that. You're absolutely right. Right? You have God to thank and everybody else to thank for that. Okay? You do. It is a miracle and a blessing and a privilege that nothing like that ever happened to you. You need to also understand that your time is valuable as a man. If you're doing very well, you deserve, for like anybody else, to have a mate that is also serious, that can do something for you too, and not just sit there and take away from you. Okay? And you don't have to get mad at them. You don't have to get angry at them. For what? Why? What's the whole purpose? You don't need to do that. Why should you? Okay? You don't need to do it at all. You don't. All you gotta do is go out there and keep winning. And they'll keep doing petty things like what she does, going around talking about on podcasts. She'll go around throwing sneak disses, cryptic posts. And the reality is nobody is really caring about her like that. Nobody really takes her that serious. Because what she thinks she is on the market, she can't get it. And this is something that we gotta start doing with people in general, men or women. We gotta stop arguing with people, guys, okay? We have to stop arguing with people. If they feel like they can get something, let them live in their own delusional world that doesn't exist. We live in a productive-based world that honors people who can make things happen, that honors collaboration, all right? Not people who feel like they post pictures and somebody cares about them. That's not the world that we live in. We live in a world that honors people who make things happen. If you're a man that can make things happen, you damn sure can never sit around arguing with somebody like Kayla NIcole. That's why I don't debate feminists. I don't debate people on the subjects of the day, because that's time on which I can make something happen and not be around that person. So continue it as you're doing. You don't need to get mad when these people leave your life. It's unfortunate, it hurts. But I'm telling you, further on down the road, you'll look them up or come across them and you'll be glad that they left. All right? You'll be glad that they left. Not to say you're perfect in all things, because you might have made a mistake too. Or some, or a lot. You should have learned from that. I can guarantee you they will not. They will go around blaming everybody else for their problems. It's somebody else's fault. And they're going to ruin everything they have. Just like Kayla NIcole most likely will. Okay? Kayla NIcole is not going to get opportunities. All right? Kayla NIcole was never going to be a deal breaker in his life. But as we can see, he was important to her. And he's doing much better without her. I can guarantee you. Things are looking up. Right? He didn't need her. And that's what you're going to find out. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all of you. Do subscribe to the bell. We're out.